What ho?
Hello.
What, what was this?
Oh, this is Magic Online. It's a kind of shitty program.
Yeah, I did. Like what? Crash? They crashed once and then failed to open another time when we were updating it. But okay,
Yeah. Oh man, I can go back to
2013. Can you reach any 2012s? Nope.
no because that would have been on the old client.
Wait, Dark Ascension,
Yeah, I probably did some.
aka.
Yeah, I probably did a couple Dark Ascension drafts, and then there's Dragon's Maze. Yeah, but yeah, no. Today has nothing to do with these decks.
It has very little to do with any Magic we've played yet. Like,
Right.
there's not a lot of carryover between today's cards and cards we usually play with. There's some, but not
Cube.
a lot.
Cube probably has the most.
Cube has the most overlap, but even then, you don't see like Sarah Avenger in the Moto Cube, or
You don't see Sarah Avenger in Legacy either, but like somehow there's a deck list on here that claims to be running it.
and Blighted Agent, not a cube. Uh, Dryad Arbor,
I
not a
think
cube card.
I think you're cherry picking cards here, buddy.
Okay, Invigorate.
Like I think you're cherry picking cards here. Like if I look
Okay,
at
would you?
if
Okay,
I look at
okay.
miracles, if you look at
Miracles has a
miracles,
lot. Okay, fine.
if I look
But
at okay, how about this? Look at the good decks.
I
And
was
then
reading off Infect. I thought Infect was like a fine deck.
it's a deck.
Not, it's like Miracles is the deck, but
I was to say I have my definition for hello. We're doing Legacy Gauntlet, by the way.
we're doing Legacy Gauntlet. We're arguing about what decks are good in Legacy, which I'll say like a deck is playable, and then that Miracles is the good deck, and then we'll go, what's a good deck? And then I hope we get stuck with lands. That's what I want.
But yeah, so this is much like the Modern Gauntlet and the Standard Gauntlet that we did before, but instead of those formats, it's Legacy. We have the lists. There's what 15 decks in here, 14 decks in here.
A number of decks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14.
14.
That's weird because it's missing two like decks
Like
in my
we didn't
eyes.
see Dredge, and I wanted Goblins, but I know Goblins
Yeah.
isn't like the best of decks.
I
It's
see.
just a fun one.
Yeah, Dredge was the one I was like, what is it not doing here? Because a bunch of these decks have like sideboards that specifically are like, yeah, screw Dredge. But
Like I understand not including like Belcher or Oops All Spells, but but listen, I just really love Goblins because it's a deck in Legacy
mm-hmm.
that plays 4 mana 2/2s and shock.
I believe Venser Shaper Savant is played in a number of decks, so 4 mana 2/2s isn't like a unique thing to it.
I know, but still, shock it. Like playing Tarfire. Hell yeah.
I don't I don't think Goblins plays Starfire.
It last list I saw did.
What from like 2008?
Like, let's look at one.
Again, I guess we
Here's a list from here's a list from
What actually?
Star City Star SUG Indianapolis with 4x Tarfire.
Nifty. This is the only list I see in the. I think this explains why the deck isn't in the queue here, seeing as I can barely find any record of current Goblin postings.
Well, that was from.
It is like Lightning Bolt. Bless your heart. That is. Those are.
It is
shock,
indeed.
Shock
like
is
Lightning
indeed
Bolt.
like Lightning Bolt.
It is like. It's. Like there's some Moto.
Cancel
Legacy.
is like Counterspell. It is. It's like it. But yeah, this isn't a Pro Tour Gauntlet. This is just like them wanting to like get people interested in Eternal Masters.
Yeah, which is a funky format that has cards that should and should not exist and cannot have the cards you want. but it has some neat cards in it. I
All right,
believe it
so
is
what
yet
do
another format where you can play with Muldrifter. Please be lands, please be lands, please be
No,
lands.
we are elves.
We're elves. This isn't another. This is a neat deck at least. We're
Okay,
playing nearly. We're monocolor.
so let me get. Is there a better way I can sort this? Anyway, not really. All right, so let me point out the key cards in the deck. So we're playing elves. Key cards for us: Glimpse of Nature, Gaia's Cradle, Heritage Druid, and Nettle Sentinel. So let me go through the Career Ranger. But let me go through the basics because I only have 3 minutes. So Glimpse of Nature is whenever you cast a creature spell this turn, draw a card, meaning that all of your mana elves, and not even mana elves, but your like all of your elves cantrip, including Elvish
And like
Visionary
Elder
too.
Visionary will draw too.
Guy,
And
Guy Cradle produces an infinite amount of mana, and
Wirewood Symbiote will untap things.
yeah,
It also returns elves to your hands, which
to
untaps
recast.
Nettle Sentinel when you replay them.
And then this 2 card combo is the one that matters the most. Heritage Druid plus Nettle Sentinel. Heritage Druid taps 3 elves for triple green. Nettle Sentinel untaps every time you cast a green spell, meaning you tap it for green mana, and then you have, say you have like 3 Nettle Sentinels, you tap all 3 for 3 green, and you play down your green. You play a green spell, they all untap, and you get 3 more mana. The win cons in the deck are either Natural Order for Creator of Behemoth and Progenitus.
You're better off natural ordering for Progenitus if you have the option to, whereas Crater Hoof Behemoth will let like 2 or 3 of your mana dorks just kill your opponent.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're both fine. It's you say basically a modern deck. That's not exactly.
It's modern deck if modern decks could have Glimpse of Nature and
Gaia's Cradle in it and Natural Order. Like there's definitely some like.
So it's like you take a modern deck and then you put fast mana in it.
I mean, this card is banned in modern for a reason. But yeah, and then Progenitus is the like I just need a creature that is immune to all removal.
And you can't actually cast it, but you can fetch it off Natural Order and Green Suns.
So the main deck has only Death 8 Shaman activation for black activation here, but a bunch of fetches, a bunch. I count 10 fetches and 6 targets, but fetches into Dryad Arbor is a funny trick.
Can't get a creature.
But the black is basically for the sideboard, which includes Known All-Star, Thoughtseize, one of my favorite cards in existence, Cabal Therapy.
Cabal Therapy is super good, and then you have Mind Break Trap because people play Storm.
Yeah, so, and like Abrupt Decay for removal, Surgical Extraction for things like Reanimator, same with Scavenging Ooze.
Overskill Worm is a weird card.
It is. It just says you can't go below 7, so there are certain matches where that's just going to be whoops, you win.
You realize Progenitus only has to attack twice to win, right? Squirrel token?
What happens if Progenitus gets in your hand? Overdraw and discard it, or find a way to cast it. That's fine.
Yeah, just find a way to just produce the mana. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm gonna go with this hand's pretty solid.
Oh yeah, we got to turn 1 anything. Probably make the net. What's our first turn 2? We're getting a mana dork off Green Sun, but
No, neither of those are a play.
what is our play then?
All right, so actually, sorry, the first of those may be the play. But there's absolutely no way that I am going to like tap 2 mana to Green Sun on turn 2. That would be a really good way to just like do nothing. I'm going to play Heritage Druid, Dryad Arbor, tap all 3 for mana, and use Green Sun Zenith to untap the Nettle Sentinel, get another Nettle Sentinel into play, have 1 mana left over, go ahead and use another green. Like I'm going to see how.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And where's our third elf coming from?
That's third elf is coming from top of deck. It's fine.
Okay, we'll find an elf. And here's our opponent, probably playing Delver. The volcanic island is probably the tip there.
I have a bunch of plans, and all of them involve not using this immediately just for a mana dork, though mostly because I would have to. I actually can't do that unless I like played Dryad Arbor and passed, which is a good way to
get your Dryad Arbor shocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna say get owned. Preordain. I'm trying to think what my opponent's actually playing.
I will take a quick look.
Yeah.
Miracles, Storm.
Does Miracles play a volcanic?
Yeah, I'm searching for Volcanic Island. Sneak and Show, Timur Delver. I don't think is what. Yeah, maybe. Grixis Pyromancer.
Too much. Okay.
Painter combo. So like, there's a lot of stuff that plays.
Yeah, I can Green Sun for 0 to get Dryad Arbor. I'm planning like 3 turns out and trying to see what I want to do.
It's worth noting we do have 2 Green Suns if we want to do something else here.
Kill me. So, here's the line I'm thinking about right now. It's not Green Suns for a Nettle Sentinel, or it's not Green Suns for a Mana Dork, it's Green Suns to try to get another Nettle Sentinel so that the Heritage Druid is online. Brainstorm, our opponent is...
They kept a one-lander with the Brainstorm and Preordain.
Yeah, that's fine.
That seems fine to me, actually.
Basically, if you don't hit that second land, something's gone horribly wrong anyway. If 7, 8 cards couldn't find you a land... Because, yeah, that's literally 8 cards they've seen since the beginning of their turn.
They put a card on top. On their scry. What did they top or did they...
They topped, which means they do have the land. They're just doing this in this order so that they like play a fetch and shuffle.
Yeah, if that is what they do, I will consider that a good play.
I mean, I assume when you keep 2 cards on top, and you do have the second land.
Yeah, we're playing Elves Burnt Head. We did not get My Wish, which was lands, but Elves is another fun deck. We're a deck with a lot of commons.
Oh, alright.
Okay, Storm detected.
Storm detected. Okay, this is an odd one because not only do we have few cards in the main that our opponent cares about, we have like we have all these. We have to wait until game 2 to like get moving, because then I can bring in all my discard spells.
Yeah, we can bring in the Thoughtseizes. We bring in the Mind Die. Oop, they're.
I'm going to hit this button and let them do their. Oh boy, 2 LEDs. If they have a way to. If they have a tutor in, like, if they have a second Lotus Petal and an Infernal Tutor, that's it.
Because they're on Storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6 with the Skit Probe, 7 with the Infernal Tutor, 8 with like
1, 2, 3. I count 5 with the Git Probe because they brainstorm to Git Probe.
Yeah,
Lotus,
5
so they're at 5.
So sack the Lotus Petal for a black. I assume again you have Dark Writ, so 6, 7. Are they going to play? Is the Spell Mastery Dark Petition then at this point? Good lord, that's a really good hand if so.
They need Storm 10 to kill us, right?
Well, they basically can do that with no issues at this point because they can Spell Mastery for like if they have the tutor in hand, they go grab Ad Nauseam, which they're going to do because they pop the LEDs now for mana. Go grab either Ad Nauseam or let me pull up the Storm list. Yeah, it's I guess Past in Flames as well could be like but they need a kill con. Oh no, they have a kill con. They just Dark Petition for it again. Yeah, so if they're getting red, that tells me that it's likely Past in Flames. So you go Past in Flames, Dark Writ, Dark Writ, Probe, Petition again, and then you've got enough to kill there because you go down to 2 mana, 4 mana, 6 mana, Dark Petition down to 1 mana, triple black up to 4 mana again, and then Tendrils me. So that's a turn 2 kill.
That's a turn 2 kill. Our opponent had a sick, nasty hand.
Yeah. So one of the things that is missing from our deck, and that our deck
interaction.
Yeah, is Well, like more specifically, there's this glue, that holds together. Oh, sorry. There's a triple black effect there. They have more than enough mana. even for Legacy, this hand is a bit nuts. A little bit, yeah. Like the double LED, double dark Writ is both unnecessary and like quite ridiculous. So there's Past in Flames. So we're gonna see Dark Writ, Dark Petition, and then we lose because we just get stormed out. But I guess the thing we're missing is Force of Will. It's in what, something like half of these lists, maybe more.
Anything with blue mana is playing Force.
So the trick here is that hand, that play, that like that's what the Git probe is obviously looking for. Though the Dryad Arbor revealed like what we are. You can't in flashback, cast with flashback in italics. You can't in Legacy against something like 65% of your matchups, this play would result in you losing the game, because if you cast that Dark Petition and just like get forced, you are done.
You're just flat gut done.
Yeah. Flusterstorm is nowhere near as common as Force of Will. That's like, yeah, that's definitely a card that exists, but Force of Will is in the main deck of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or no, 9 of these lists. So
9 of 14. So we have some sideboarding to do.
Well, that's not the third Dark Writ. That was a flashback Dark Ritual. So because they needed enough mana to cast this Dark Petition and then have grab Tendrils here. So yeah, we're doing a lot of sideboarding, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to cut out. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. Like, I know what I want in, Thoughtseize, Cabal Therapy.
Mm-hmm. Do you want Mind Break Trap or not?
Oh, did they actually draw a third Dark Writ off of that? That's funny then. Here's the trick, Kavanaugh. I'm not watching.
Yeah, we lost a while ago.
Yeah,
Same targets.
Same targets. I'm actually not paying any attention to what's going on here because I know how this ends. The 10 drills show up and
14 drills.
The 14
It's dinner time,
it's
boys.
Dinner time, boys. That's the. Oh, come on. They don't. I'm a little bit sad. Like, this art is okay. It's fine.
Yeah, the
but
art,
it's not
the purple.
I'm glad
they're
using my favorite Dark Ritual art, that's cool. This is the Tempest Dark Ritual. It's my personal favorite. I think everybody has their own personal favorite Dark Ritual.
Yeah, I like the one with the hand off the altar. So, yes. What do we want in? They're only playing. I believe they only have one copy of Tendrils in the deck. So,
the Mindbreak Traps, the Thoughtseizes, the Cabal Therapies. It really depends on how much we want out. Reclamation Sage is a fine out. I feel like the Elvish Visionaries are filler so that they can come out. Mm-hmm. Cut down a Zenith. They aren't going to have any interaction. Their sideboard includes Red Elemental Blast through the breach. No, sorry, wrong. Sorry, Red Elemental, wrong list. They have Xantid Swarm, Abrupt Decay. Okay, Xantid Swarm is a bit of a that's something. I don't know if they'll bring that in. I don't think they'd think that I'm bringing Mindbreak Trap or know that I have Mindbreak Trap. Take out the green creatures. Yeah, just take them all out. They're the bad part of this deck anyway.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, cutting the Elvish Visionary sucks, but like, what the hell else do I want to cut here?
Yeah, we have to do something, and we have plenty of green creatures anyways. Look at those 131 drops. Many of them are green creatures.
Yes.
And Dryad Arbor.
I'm trying to decide if I want Extraction and/or Cabal Therapy in here, and if so, what for? Is Progenitus a win con in this matchup? Does that matter?
His protection really doesn't. But on his own, he kills better than Craterhoof does. But Craterhoof works better if we have any board at all.
Wait, so, I mean, let me get this straight. There's no instance where we get Progenitus and don't have a board. Or where we would have the choice and don't have a board. And our
you natural order to kill your Dryad Arbor to,
Yeah, but at that point we have four of our six mana producing lands in play. Like,
yeah.
That isn't Gaia's Cradle because like you're assuming no creatures.
Do you want Cabal Therapy or Surgical Extraction?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Cabal Therapy. Elder Scale actually does do good work there. That's a good call. Actually, I'm sorry. Damage that would reduce your life total below.
Tendrils
I believe
loses
that
life.
loses life. So no, that does not. I had to think. Yeah, you're correct. I had to. At first, I thought that was good, and then I was like, wait, Tendrils doesn't do damage.
I put a card in.
Sure, let's do that. Okay, yes, I would like to play first. This feels slow. This doesn't have any.
It's got no action.
Well, it has action. That's untrue.
I mean,
like that's untrue as all hell. Like a second land means that I'm just going. It's not don't want surgical. It's don't know what I want to cut.
Yeah. And do we just want to turn one Thoughtseize this fool, or do we want to just keep this and try to rock it?
Well, okay, so where does this go? Like on turn one, I play out like a Nettle Sentinel. No, I'm fine with this. Yeah, okay, this should work just fine. There's going to be some weird. Yeah, this is gonna be fine.
Let's see what our opponent does. Keeps a 7.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a Bayou because I want to be able to produce black mana if I top deck things. I'm not grabbing the Dryad Arbor just yet because I want to be able to cast Nettle Sentinel right now.
Yeah.
So Nettle Sentinel right away. So the idea here is that I get to like Quirion Ranger like bounces a land.
I can Quirion Ranger, and then replay our Bayou, and then play Heritage Druid, and then play any number of things.
Yes. Okay, so I'm getting Get Probed. It's fine. I mean, obviously we want Mind Break Trap in our opening, but I don't believe, like, our opponent would have to have something fierce to be able to go off on one.
Yeah.
And this hand has a fast enough, like, has enough momentum once it gets going here.
The question we're asking is, can our opponent also can they turn to it twice in a row? I guess is what we're asking.
I don't even know if that's what we're asking. Because they did not turn one us last game.
Turn 2, I mean.
Okay, so they're gonna, yeah, they did turn 2 us.
Anyway, are they stealing Green Sun or
no,
they're stealing?
I would say they're getting rid of Glimpse 100% there, because my actual turn next turn would have been, was pretty likely to just be like glimpsing. Yeah. Now I'm actually cut off pretty heavily. Where do I want to go with this? Because I don't know if I actually want to spend that Green Suns on anything, but I also... Think a little bit on this. Like, what's the... Meat Locker, that's effectively what I was planning on doing, but slightly different, where I played Quirion Ranger, Heritage Druid, tapped all three, like a similar play.
Yeah, First Blood.
Alright, let's... One, two, three... Yes. You for another Bayou. And then I'm going to... Do I care to put the symbiote into play right now? Yeah, probably. And then, like, next turn, just try to, like, green suns for a Crater Hoof. Yeah. Doing the math, I may have been able to do that this turn.
Maybe been able to Crater Hoof to this turn.
Yeah, but it wouldn't, like, next turn, however, it'll be a lot more of a, like, lethal swing, like, if he can't win right here. Though he could, like, duress me again. That would be pretty bad. Do we have the mana to green suns for Crater Hoof? Absolutely.
Look at the Korean Rangers and Wirewood Symbiote's ability, and you will see.
So the trick here is both the Wirewood Symbiote and the Quirion Ranger. Quirion Ranger allows me to return a force to my hand, which at this point will give me an additional mana, to untap a target creature, which will allow me to, you know, do things a little better there, because Wirewood Symbiote allows me to return an elf to my hand to untap target creature, which basically I can tap these 3 twice. Like, I'll be able to get 6 mana out of those, and then 7, 8, and then the land play will be 9. And then the Wirewood Symbiote will be untapped because it's not an elf, and the Nettle Sentinel will untap when I cast a green spell. Okay, I don't care about that.
Xanthid Swarm does not do anything currently. Powerful card, but...
Yeah. Alright, so... And that makes this 10 times easier as well, so... So, let's go ahead and Heritage Druid, 1, 2, and 3... Then we play Quirion Ranger. Yep, untapping Nettle Sentinel. Yes, I'd like to do that. So let me show you how this is going to function. So we're going to go ahead and use Quirion Ranger, return a forest I control to untap the Heritage Druid. Turning a forest.
And looky here, we have 3 untapped elves.
Wow, that's kind of amazing.
We could have had 3 untapped elves anyways, with Wirewood Symbiote, but...
I can still have 3 more untapped elves if I want, which I think... Let me double check Storm's sideboard. Do they have counters?
Like, does Storm have Force of Will?
That's what I'm...
Okay, Miracle, Sultai... Storm.
No, they have Chain of Vapor, but that's it. I want as many of these creatures untapped as possible when I go to attack, but no, I can green sun. I need to go ahead and make a little bit more mana, so I return an elf to my hand to untap target creature. So I'm going to untap my Heritage Druid by bouncing this Quirion Ranger. Playing the Quirion Ranger, which will untap the Nettle Sentinel again.
Hey, we have 3 untapped elves.
Oh, weird. This Quirion Ranger hasn't used its ability this turn either.
Wow.
Wow, that's almost uncanny. I'm gonna go ahead and tap some elves. Cancel. That's the wrong ability. Anyway, here's the explosive starts that you want with this deck. And then we're going to go ahead and cast Green Suns for 8. Yeah, they don't have. So... Green Suns for 8. Oh look, a green spell.
Hey!
Nettle Sentinel's untapped. Yes, I'd like to do that. What's an 8 cost creature I could grab?
Oh, I guess... Oh, okay. That's not what I would have went with, but I guess it works.
Yeah, and then, you know, I need some more attackers, so let's go ahead and untap, you know, this Korean Ranger by bouncing a forest.
And Bayou comes back. That's a bit of a drawback, having to have to be down on land. Well, at least we're attacking for 1,000,000 damage.
Yeah, and then we just attack. So, yeah, you talked about how Craterhoof needs a board, or like me to have untapped creatures. The combination of Nettle Sentinel, Wirewood Symbiote, and Quirion Ranger means that it is effectively impossible for me to cast this card and not be able to lethal my opponent. It is just like there is no real world where that's not happening, because like this untaps when I cast it. Like it's
I was just thinking of a world where we had like a forest, a Dryad Arbor, Gaia's Cradle, and Natural Order. Like 3 lands in Natural Order.
Yeah, but against Storm, that's not a world we're living in.
Yeah, against Storm, yes.
Yeah, like
the only way that would happen is if we like mulliganed to 4 and we lost anyways. But
right, like we're not winning in that point anyway.
Let's trust in our finely honed consistency machine that others have labored to.
Legacy is too much of a single-player puzzle game. It's a single-player puzzle game with everybody having one bump move to disrupt you. Mine's Mind Break Trap, but Force of Will is the normal.
Mm-hmm.
Again, so I'm not going to make any changes, even though there are still side... Like, is Surgical Extraction better to have as, like, the secret? Like, I feel like the secret might be a bit more reasonable, like the reactive stopper.
What do we...
We extract, like, when they go to Past in Flames, we extract their tutor, and then they lose.
Okay. That's basically what... And extraction being an instant basically makes me like it here.
Yeah, if we play Bindback Drake, do we win? Usually, but not automatically.
Yeah, usually because the Storm only plays 1 copy of Tendrils, so if you counter Tendrils that way, then they're just Jackoed. But, this is Deathrite with some fetches, but what else is it?
Yeah, Deathrite with some fetches. They don't like 2 natural orders here. That's a dead card.
Yeah.
You know, like the second natural order will never do anything.
It's probably a mulligan.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this one's like. It's funny because this is still a turn 3.
This is a turn 3 natural order. So.
Not only a turn 3 natural order, it's a turn 3. Like, this hand doesn't do anything. I am mulliganing it, but I just want to stress how silly this is. This hand is very easily a turn 3 Crater of Behemoth attacking for 15 or something like that.
Yeah, because of Green Sun being able to fetch creatures.
Alright, this
is a turn 1 Thoughtseize, which...
Yeah. Like, it also has some powerful stuff. I don't know if I care for another Green Sun on the current hand, but... It's still fine. Yeah, that's still fine.
Would you rather see something else?
Not especially. I think I'm good with this.
Then we'll keep it.
I like the Thoughtseize here. Because I might get, like, duressed.
Yeah, we might get duressed here, and then our Brainstorm.
That's powerful. Now, if he's playing this correctly, the Brainstorm should... for one, Sorcery Speed Brainstorm there, I'm a bit suspect on. I don't like that a ton. Usually,
yeah, because he could have Brainstormed in response to Thoughtseize to hide the card he wants the most.
Right, like, what does that mean? Like, do you have a you know, are you attempting to go off in some manner here, or... We have a Green Sun in hand, though, but Green Sun is the best card in the deck, so I'm not going to mulligan another copy of it.
Let's see. If he wants to go off, he needs like multiple LEDs and some other mana rituals.
Yeah.
He needs to put just that. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's. I am going to spend the turn doing a checkup on what our opponent actually has, because I need to know how quickly. You know, I need to have some form of interaction.
Aha.
Is that a hand that goes off next turn?
LED and Ritual.
I think that's a hand that effectively goes off next turn.
What do we yoink here? LED or the Tutor? Because he needs the mana to be able to go off, but the Tutor is the. No, I think we have to take the Tutor because he. Well, no, because he. It's funny. Taking the LED makes the tutor a lot worse, but taking the tutor makes him not able to tutor.
Right, but like because the deck is playing 4 copies of Infernal Tutor and 2 copies of Dark Petition. Uh, the tutor, like the Dark Petition basically acts as an LED on your tutor already.
Yeah.
Basically, taking the tutor means that it's harder for him to go off immediately, and I think this is a hand that like undisrupted would just go off in a turn or two here. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take the tutor and basically hope that my opponent doesn't Cabal Therapy for Green Sun Zenith.
That would basically kick us out.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to kick us out of this game. Okay, so Island on top, preordained. So the second card was one that they didn't want.
Let's see what he does with the Scry too.
He does not need the land to tutor. Dark Ritual is a card.
Yeah.
Like he absolutely. I guess I really should be walking more through what my opponent's plays, what my opponent's lines are there, because so the Dark Ritual would allow him to go up to 3 mana. He'd be able to play the LED, like Infernal Tutor, and start trying to go off from there. But he actually doesn't have the mana fully to go off there, so he's going to be doing some consistency stuff with.
He's just doing top.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have a couple turns. I'd like 2 turns here. I'd like a land on top here would be a nice draw as well. Thoughtseize is even more interesting here.
Guess we can play Quirion Ranger, bounce Bayou, replay Bayou, then Thoughtseize.
Yep, that was exactly my thought.
Mm.
The text on Lion's Eye Diamond says discard your hand, Squirrel Token.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry about Squirrel Token.
Okay.
Just play the game. Play the game of Magic.
I guess if I spend my entire time correcting Squirrel Token, I literally will be here for I won't have the time to finish this game. So my apologies. I will stop here.
It's not this yoink.
Goodbye.
Ooh.
Goodbye.
Okay. Yoink.
Get out of here.
I was thinking, well, listen, we could probably take LED here, but then,
No, Dark Petition's game is that guy.
Dark Petition is just, it has to go. And now we once again hope our opponent does not Cabal Therapy for Green Suns. At the very least, he will never control a creature.
Fair. Oh shit! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Longbow combo!
Uh-oh! I got bad news.
The Longbow combo?
Okay. Okay, so here's me getting, like, owned. Are you ready? Here it comes.
Oh no! Own goal!
Own goal!
Oh no!
And the dog comes over.
I think that we have more copies of Green Sun in the deck, right?
One more.
Well, you only really have to cast it once, right?
It's fine. Oh, weird! Weird.
Found it. You found the card on the list.
That's stunning.
So we have to draw some gas. We need to draw an elf.
A little bit. Honestly, yeah, we need one elf, and then I can just start doing some loops. I can just put my opponent through loops. It'll be fine. Alright. Well, that's gonna be a...
Well, let's just dump our hand.
Yeah.
An attack for 1.
Well, I'm not actually...
I don't want to attack for 1.
No. I mean, I'm definitely attacking for 1, but I want to crack this for Dryad Armor.
Oh, so we just play Heritage Druid here?
Yeah. Well, there's no way I can...
Yeah, this is post sideboard by both sides, so we're both doing things to each other rather than trying to do our dumb plan. This is how a
Right.
lot of very few legacy decks care about what your opponent is doing. Many do. Like,
No, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now, just to get these both down, because my opponent knows they're here. So, like, if he draws another Cabal Therapy, I don't want to lose either of these. And with Wirewood Symbiote, I'm immune to, like, if my opponent had spot removal.
yeah.
And
Up.
so they're topping.
He's going to top here.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Miracles is what I was about to go into saying. The Miracles is like the deck that cares about what your opponent is doing. And it is true that Miracles is probably the best legacy deck, but
Yeah, if my opponent is at Storm Count 6, they can get the Storm Count, like, 12. That's not real. Like,
yeah, I can.
I want to say in, like, 95% of situations, if my opponent is actually at the point where they're storming out, like, the fact that I'm at 14 or 18 doesn't really change things.
Yeah, you could be at arbitrarily high life total. Like, no, you could be upwards in the mid 30s, and they could still kill you.
Yeah. So right now, we at least know our opponent's hand, at least parts of it still. Are they... Oh god, are they going... Did they draw another tutor? If they're playing Lotus Petal, that tells me that, yep, they're going off, and we're...
Okay, we're
losing.
hosed.
Well, they topped into another tutor, is how it went. Because they're at this point, they're going to...
They have all the mana they need.
Yeah. Oh, and the Dark Red. So they're going to Dark Red, tap the top.
Okay, top.
Yeah, I was going to say, tapping the top to grab a tutor for... Yeah.
Okay, they're spinning the top.
Of course. Well, again, they wouldn't do this if they didn't have it, and we obviously have no way to stop them.
Yeah.
Have I mentioned how consistent Legacy Storm is? Because, like, it's got a lot of consistency built in with 4x Preordain, 4x Brainstorm, and
Our deck was pretty consistent too. We just got kicked out by Cabal Therapy.
not even that. Like, yeah, I guess if I get... Problem is I wouldn't have won last turn even with, like, the Cabal Therapy. Okay, so this is game. So Dark Petition... This is the exact same thing we saw before.
They're doing Past in Flames to get their... They don't have to have their Storm count up at this point. They could just kill us because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Tendrils would be 6.
Yeah. They
So they need one more Storm count than what they have, and
Right.
Past in Flames will do it.
But yeah, they just Past in Flames to cast Get Probe, Past in Flames, cast Dark Red, you know, the Dark Red, Past the Past in Flames, and then like Dark
I think
Petition again.
it has as many tutors as they can. It has
This deck is
4x Infernal, 4x
2 Dark
Petition.
2 Dark
Two
Petition.
two Dark Petitions? Okay, so 6 tutors.
Yes. 1 Past in Flames, 1 Tendrils. I guess it plays N ad nauseum, which is like a tutor.
Yeah.
Anyway, from this
Cast with
point...
flashback, cast with flashback, cast with flashback.
Flashback. At this point, all they have to do is cast Dark Petition and win. So this is what I meant when I said that if they can storm for 6, they can storm for like much higher than 6. At this point, they can Dark Petition and like go grab Tendrils and kill us with like Storm 9. But they could also like get Probe, Infernal Tutor again for a Dark Ritual. Like they can continue going on to something like Storm 14 here, and likely will.
Do they draw a Get Probe off their Get Probe? And then they drew a Petal off their Get Probe.
They drew a Petal off their Get Probe. So. One thing we haven't seen is our Gaia's Cradle. That would have been...
Yeah, we've been lacking... We've seen plenty of our opponents' fast mana. We haven't seen any of ours.
Well, we've seen... Game 2 of ours. Like,
yeah, we did see Heritage Druid, but...
This lady knows how to make mana.
She knows how to make Forced Ghosts.
Yeah.
Those are Forced Ghosts. I keep saying forced.
Forced?
Forced Ghosts.
Forced
They're
Ghosts.
forced to create mana.
So, Dark Petition... Heck, they could cast second Dark Petition from Yard and still have the mana for this. Like, again, this was... So,
okay, there they go.
This is the
12.
13... this is the 13 Tendrils. 13 Drills of Agony. Force Goats.
The Force Goats. The Fort Goats. I spoke English before.
I spoke English once.
Well, that's technically true. Well, we're going right in. This
Yeah.
is Swiss because we signed on to play as much of this weird format as possible.
Yep. So I guess in between, quick, I can talk a little bit about the two decks that are our opponent's deck. Storm is like you
A
saw.
venerable deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know how Storm functions from the cube. This is the first time we've seen a constructed Storm deck like actually running, and it is a machine. Storm is a deck that's existed and constructed ever since the invention of the mechanic. Because the invention of the mechanic had cards such as Tendrils of Agony and Mind's Desire in the set. Mind's Desire being the first card and only one I can think of that was preemptively banned in a format before it came out.
Didn't they also have like Memory Jar?
Well, the Memory Jar is obviously in Urza's. That wasn't in Scourge.
I'm forgetting my block mechanics.
No, Memory Jar was literally 5 years before that. As far
Okay.
as printing, Storm is in Onslaught block, which is kind of funny because that's like the tribal set, and then the third set just all of a sudden like takes a hard right.
Like there are cards that are tribal that are played, but none of them as much as any Storm card is.
Yeah, so Storm is a mechanic they keep coming back to, and it's busted every time they come back to it. They basically they touch the hot stove, and then like 5 years later they're like, what if I touch the hot stove again? And then their hand's on fire again, and it just keeps happening. Dragon Storm was a worthless card the first time it was printed, but they reprinted it because they're like, oh, well, this wasn't really worthwhile. Wait, what if we, and then all of a sudden someone's like, wait, Burgard and Hellkite's in this set. How much damage does that do when it comes into play? 5? What's my opponent's life total? 20?
20? What if we just do it 4 times?
Sweet, okay.
Okay. Oh, look at this! What is this set that just won't leave standard? Oh, it's Cold Snap?
Rite of Flame.
What is this, Mana Rituals?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Storm is also a very popular mechanic.
People like Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm in.
I'm in. Wait, our deck has Llanowar Elves in it? Yo!
Yeah, it's a one-of.
I'm looking at that Gaia's Cradle, though.
I'm trying to live in a world where we get to turn to the Crater Hoof, but I don't think that exists off of what we currently have.
I don't think it does either. We would need something else.
Yeah, so Storm as a deck has existed in Legacy and Vintage since its inception, and in Standard for a lot of its time as well. The deck has evolved a lot over the course of its build, using mana ritual. The same concept though, mana rituals and tutors to fast mana and keep yourself consistent. Yawgmoth's Will is used over Past in Flames in Vintage, obviously. Lion's Eye Diamond is a bit more recent. I say more recent because Infernal Tutor was the card that effectively made that worthwhile in the deck.
Because it literally makes your Infernal Tutor into like a tutor.
Right.
Cards that you can use with LED make LED a lot better.
Yes. What else is important with of the storms that can be win cons with the one that's least likely to succeed? Grapeshot kills a lot of players, my friend.
Yeah, there's like Grape Shot, there's Empty the Warrens, there's what's the mill one?
Ignite Memories is the one. Brain Freeze is the mill one. Ignite Memories is the one that saw some play in Standard and was there's a very famous moment with Gabriel Nassif and Patrick Chapin, I believe, were the two players involved, where like an Ignite Memories for 5 failed to kill a player at 9 life. Like, when their hand contained, like, a card that literally had them dead if it was seen with 3 cards. It was great. Grape Shot, see, here's the trick. Brain Freeze doesn't win at 20. Brain Freeze wins at... All those numbers are wrong.
Brain Freeze wins at question marks. It also fails to win if your opponent has an Eldrazi, which is...
Yeah, Grape Shot kills at 7 in some instances. But usually is 10, and then 10 again. Mox Diamond. Interesting.
Discarding Wasteland.
Oh boy, here we are.
Hey, gamble!
Hope
It's
you're.
lands, everybody.
Uh, can we lose game one of this?
Hard to say. I do not think
Like, I'm
so.
completely fine with getting Wasteland here.
Um, I guess if our opponent somehow like stage depths next
Uh,
turn, we can lose.
yeah, I drafted this. That's fine. This was my
Yeah,
shadow.
we're just drafted this. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a good.
Morning
This
Tide,
is a
Morning
good.
Tide, Morning Tide draft.
Yeah, we've got our Morning Tide cards here.
Oh, good God. So let's go grab actual S Forest because it's gonna be, immune to.
Yeah, Wasteland. Nettle Sentinels go. And then Gaia's Cradle will tap for 1,000,000 mana next turn.
Yeah.
Well, at 4 is 1,000,000.
So yeah,
right?
this is the reason I obviously went and grabbed the forest. Okay, so we're getting Punishing Fired.
Okay, does he have the Grove? Do we go for that? Or do we just try to cast Crater Hoof?
I don't think I can cast Crater Hoof.
Okay, if we Cradle here, Forest Heritage Druid, that gives us 6 mana.
Yeah, that's not enough. I could try and Glimpse of Nature. That's iffy, though. It's iffy, but it could, like, one card could keep this going indefinitely.
Yeah, the problem is he's wastelanded on board. Any play that requires like doing anything requires playing Gaia's Cradle, which just throws our land into his.
If we had Land of War, yeah, I would have just won there because I would have had enough elves to make the mana. Because right now I don't have enough. Like I have 3 elves and I need a fourth elf. Painter's Sovereign is a really cool deck. I love that deck a lot.
It's nice.
But yeah,
We could just like Druid here pass because our opponent probably can't stage depths next turn. Also, if we're not Crater Hoofing this turn, we could just attack for 4 first, whatever we do.
Yeah, I'm just mentally thinking through like what are our opponents easily. There's no way they're staging like next turn. Even if they do, that thing doesn't have haste, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like the most effective thing they could do would be like Grove, and that would be
yeah.
bad.
The machine gun would kind of kick us out. Yeah.
Like I could just pass, like after attacking, and try to like glimpse next turn with a little more knowledge.
Like hold Heritage Druid for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for it. Just attack. See what one more. If we can like have a spell in our hand that Glimpse will draw a card off of, that would make me better about going off on Glimpse. But for now, we can afford to wait. Our opponent's not going to land destruction us anymore than now. There are other things bad that they could do to us.
Again, the Punishing Fire.
Tabernacle, like Tabernacle, would also completely suck.
Like, obviously, I'm not playing the Cradle into Wasteland. I need to be able to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Hey, crop rotation.
Okay.
You're playing a deck without Force of Will, so that's completely safe.
Yeah, and that's going to be grabbing, again, the thing you just said, Tabernacle. Does that just kick us out of the game?
I believe so.
Yeah, like I literally can't do anything here. Yeah, that's basically how that card works.
Mm-hmm. Tabernacle is an ancient card known for being a huge sticko. What art is that?
That's what I get for not trying to just go off.
Like, look, let me see that art for that Tabernacle.
Yeah, sure.
I can't read the artist name. Richard Weissent? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Up. There's one half.
I literally can't do anything. Okay, I'm conceding from this point.
Yeah, because now he's got a lock. So I like lands a lot.
No, if I tried to go off, that game was mine. That was a...
Like it was a hard thing to know because like
I disagree.
we could have easily bricked there, but we wouldn't have.
I was gonna say, I did. I should have done more odds calculation because that's very easily higher than a 65% to hit.
Well, that is done. What boarding decisions do we have to make?
I have no goddamn clue.
Well, we can't turn any of our lands into basic land, so I don't think that's going to help any.
Oh God, no. President Arc. Let me. I guess I'll start talking. We haven't talked about lands more specifically. I need to do that because like this is a format where like the decks aren't like I can't just say the deck and it's like oh I know what that is.
Yeah.
So lands.
Lands.
Yeah,
you
lands.
talk about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say lands is a deck that again has a fairly long history in the format, but it's a deck that effectively all it has is lands in it. Every other card that is a non-land card in it is a card that either searches for lands or plays more lands.
The like punishing fire is like the only exception.
Yeah,
because
and
it broke the burden.
and that's a more recent addition to it. To be quite honest with it, like older versions were called 53 land for a reason. Rex Sage is kind of shitty here.
He does have Schmuck's Diamond, but that's it.
Shrug. Beat me with the Elder Scale Worm. Yeah. So lands is all about its namesake, lands. This hand is fine. I have the ability to like Wirewood Symbiote, bouncing Elvish Visionary to untap Findhorn Elves, which kind of rules.
That's rather good. Progenitus in hand is a little awkward, but whatever.
Yeah, that's just this is a 6-card hand, which sucks, but the 6 is good, so I'm keeping it. Like Progenitus is near impossible to cast, but I don't care because this setup is just fine.
So basically, lands gets to exist because a lot of really good lands have existed throughout history that do a lot of really cool things.
Yep.
And then you have things like Gamble here, which the secret of the Gamble is if you discard the cards you tutored for, it does not matter because you have Life from the Loam in your deck. It's fine.
Yep. All right.
Ooh.
So the setup here, that's something I want to have. I want the Wirewood Symbiote down and in play. Does this deck play 3 different Llanowar Elves? It plays 1 Findhorn Elves and 1 Llanowar Elves. That's it. It plays 4 Deathrite Shaman if you're looking for actual-ass land, which, you know, actual-ass mana dork. I want to do...
We have 2 mana to work with, so we could play Wirewood Symbiote and Deathrite Shaman.
I mean, we have 3 mana to work with.
3 mana to work with, yeah, because we just played land. So we can play Nettle Sentinel too. And then lose to Tabernacle.
No, I'd actually be able to pay for it.
Yeah, we would because we have 3 mana for 3 creatures.
4 mana for 4 creatures.
I'll be right one of these days, Jens. It'll happen. Just watch it. I'll be right, and I'll say a number that is not off by 1.
I mean, so Wirewood Symbiote's very powerful here because it means that like his first target with Punishing Fire has to be the symbiote, or else I can just pick up the target, which is nice because I have Deathrite Shaman around.
Hey,
I could have grabbed a
buy you for that, but that we
Yeah.
don't want to play into his wastelands, and we
Right.
don't actually.
which sucks because I want that gone, but I like it's this.
Behold,
This is probably not the best of plays, but can
You have to
I
play something
always
first.
yes on you? There we go. There we go. That was the one I was looking for. Okay, we're getting better here. So we want green. We get another card. Hey, another Deathrite Shaman. Okay. Then we go ahead and untap. Return a forest you control to untap.
Deathrite Shaman, and then we eat Finishing Fire.
I can't. Like, how am I getting the?
Right, we can't. We don't have any black mana.
Yeah, I don't have
then we
black
just
mana.
play Deathrite here.
Right,
Second
right,
Deathrite.
right. I'm just.
Yeah, Surgical would have been good to find against Punishing Fire too, but that's basically its only target.
It's still worthwhile. Punishing Fire is a bit of a beating.
Well, this drew us like 5 cards, so I think it's a good play.
Because I don't think I want to start eating my lands, and I'm going to do it this way, and I'm not going to be... Okay, so let's do that, and then we don't play the land, because I want to... If I draw a Gaia's Cradle, I want to be able to play that.
Yeah, we can just post combat the land. Okay.
Okay, can I... Oh, shit, no, that was wrong. Oh, no, I fucked up.
What happened?
I fucked up. That was... I had the win right there, and I fucked it up. Okay, I'm just going to pass the turn then, and hope that nobody notices.
Well, I didn't see it.
I
Things were happening too quickly.
I had a win there, and just
It was Green
Flubbed it.
Sun for Heritage Druid.
you found it.
Hey!
Which I'm still doing next turn to be able to just like win the game. So I don't think that my opponent has the ability to really stop me. Or if I just untap, I natural order for, you know, winning the game.
Yeah.
We still have we have like tabernacle problems, but we'll always have tabernacle problems. Oh dear. All right.
All right.
All right then.
Okay. We have a Mexican standoff.
Oh hi. Damn it! I did not want to draw that card.
That's what you wanted the natural order into?
Yeah, I literally wanted a natural order for that card. God damn it.
What all does that thing do?
Lands can do rude things with that. Lands can loop it.
Yeah.
Life from the Loam is a card. Like, let me put that out there. Birch Lore isn't in the deck. I already have black mana for the Deathrite Shaman off of Deathrite Shaman.
Other Deathrite Shaman. So I think this is just a Mexican standoff, but that's poor for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have no way to deal with Glacial Chasm.
I want this Elder Scale Worm in play pretty badly. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could do it if I just tap out on my Deathrite Shamans. Like I can, or I can like Green Suns for. Is that better? Green Suns for my copy of.
Heritage Druid.
Yeah.
That gets you 3, 6.
It gets me more than that. It gets me like Quirion Ranger means it gets me.
Quirion Ranger, yeah. So you've got you could. I think if you Green Sun for Heritage Druid, you have enough mana to play Elder Scale.
Yeah. So and that untaps that. Green Sun for 1. Get me Heritage Druid. I also want Wirewood Symbiote in play, but can't have everything we want. Heritage Druid going 1, 2, 3. And then we Quirion Ranger untapping Nettle Sentinel, bouncing the forest, playing the forest, Heritage Druid 1, 2, 3. This and that still leaves the death rights up. There we go. That was what I was trying to do. This was what I wanted. I wanted to be able to, if my opponent plays out the punishing fire, remove it. That's the reason I'm doing it in this way.
And Elder Scale keeps us from dying to Merit Lage, which I'm pretty sure is our opponent's. Well, no. Technically, you can die very slowly to Punishing Fire.
No, I mean, not with Worm in play.
Not with Elder Scale in play, but I mean, like, that's the deck has 2 win cons.
Yeah.
One of them is doing 1 damage at a time.
So I can't attack.
Well, I think we can attack, it just doesn't do any damage.
Okay, crop rotation. Is this for a tabernacle? Uh-huh. That's fine. I have Heritage Druid to be able to pay.
Yeah.
I am... Alright, so... I hope you like triggers. I love triggers. Alright. Tap 3 L's. 1, 2, 3. Tap 3 L's. 1, 2, 3. Tap an elf. Tap it. Alright, so that's enough to pay for everything.
I guess this does let him Punishing Fire.
Oh boy, I have to...
Pay 1 to prevent this?
Then we Wirewood Symbiote. Nah, let's just...
We'll do it, and he just forces him to shoot Wirewood Symbiote.
Yeah. Also, like, I'll respond by bouncing Elvish Visionary.
Yeah, and this also, when we untap, we can eat... like, we can let something die to Tabernacle in order to eat the Punishing Fire.
Yep. I need to eat the Punishing Fire. So
we need to eat the Punishing.
Wirewood Symbiote, bounce the Elvish Visionary, untap the... Actually, no, don't
No,
do
wait, can't. You're doing it backwards. You're about to untap Elvish Visionary, bounce Deathrite Shaman.
Oh, did my futzing around, like...
Yeah, you almost
No. Did my, like, futzing around get my opponent
like,
to actually...
remembered Punishing Fire?
Alright, so... Untap, return to my hand. But now I have a bit of a trouble paying for things, is the reason that they went with that. Mm-hmm. Alright, so...
We can let some of our creatures die if we need to.
Yeah, I'm likely going... Okay, so I want to tap Fyndhorn Elves for mana. Return... So choose target creature, bounce Elvish Visionary, tap for mana. Tap for mana. Yeah, I'm gonna let a couple creatures die, I think, here, but I want to exile Punishing Fire, paying a black mana. Oh my god.
You have to make the mana first. It's not.
Right.
It's stupid.
So choose a color, black, and then exile the Punishing Fire. This is also a win con, by the way.
What is?
The Deathrite Shamans. I can just kill my opponent.
Yeah, we can't shock our opponent. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna pay for the Wirewood Symbiont, pay for the Elder Scale Worm, pay for the Deathrite Shaman, pay for the Quirion Range or the Nettle Sentinel, and pay for the other Deathrite.
Yeah, Deathrights seem important here.
No. No. Yes. Yes. No. Alright. Oh, sweet. So then I just play out Heritage Druid.
And pass.
Mm-hmm. And pass.
I guess it's worth noting Tabernacle has a bit of an advantage on online because of clock.
Yeah, okay, so my opponent's, like, cumulative upkeep here, actually, I think they die if they pay that. So, you know.
Yeah, there they go.
I would kill them with the Deathrite Shamans. Like, I would kill them. So, okay.
So now they need to not die to our creatures.
So Mox Diamond, discarding Wasteland. That gets them 3 mana and colored. That doesn't gain me life, but that's not as relevant. Are they going to Life from the Loam? Life from the Loam.
They're going to Life from the Loam.
Yep.
And then they're going to replay Chasm.
Mm-hmm. Now the thing is, that actually isn't something they're going to be able to do forever, because I am, again, Deathrite Shamans are here.
We're going to eat.
Those lands.
Life from the Loam.
Yeah.
And our opponent is graciously putting lands in their graveyard for Deathrite to make mana with.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we gotta use Heritage Druid to make some mana. 2 and 3.
And then we use Symbiote to untap Deathrite Shaman.
Bouncing what? Heritage Druid?
Or Nettle Sentinel, maybe. Like, if you don't care about the Loam or not, I guess.
No, you're right. I could have untapped Deathrite Shaman with Symbiote there. You're correct. Let me tell you how many moving parts there are right now, and how many of them I don't have the mental space for, because this is the first time I've played this deck in 6 years.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah. And then I'm able to just pay... yeah, that's fine. And eat one of my lands, which gives me 5, so I can pay for all this. Okay. No.
Yeah, Tabernacle is a legend.
Thank you. I appreciate you mentioning it, because I would... There are points where I might not notice. I can't use the glimpse here.
Just replay Heritage Druid.
Yeah. We'll end the War Elf.
Yeah, Llanowar Elf is basically free to Tabernacle.
Mm-hmm. And I want 6 elves in play, so I'm actually going to play the Elvish Visionary. Six elves is a lot easier for me to tap mana for. So.
That is the one thing that's not so sweet, is that Green Suns is not a creature. If only.
Accept my invite.
He sent us a Discord invite for the Fiesta.
Okay, I understand.
That's what that Skype notification that made your taskbar pop up a while. We'll see. Let's look at the game.
Okay, sorry, I'm worrying about things that I literally do not have the time to, so. Also, hi, Kaz.
Hello, Kaz.
I'm going to lose this on time very, very easily. That's how I'm going to lose this. Because this takes like 6 years for me to actually like do anything with.
Mm-hmm. So if we win this game, we basically need to win next game, round 3, very quickly, which we can do.
Yeah. Here, let me futz with the taskbar. I shouldn't be doing this, but
Don't worry about it.
anyway.
Let's just see what is our opponent's loaming again.
Yeah, they're loaming again. I don't care. It's not irrelevant. Like, it's not relevant for me to...
It's 2 Dark Depths that they're getting.
It's fine. There's still a Punishing Fire in the yard now. I want that gone. Oh, good fucking God.
There we go. Strip mine is not legal in Legacy. My God.
Oh boy. Untap the Llanowar Elf and bounce the Elvish Visionary. You... And then I pass the turn. Alright. I'm now sitting on a secret. Hopefully.
So our opponent goes down to 4.
That's the secret.
Yeah, that's the secret. The secret is that our opponent, we just need to shock our opponent twice.
Which I can.
Which we can.
I can do that actually right now, and then when I untap. So, getting Punishing Fire back, let me,
So here comes Symbiote, untapping Deathrite Shaman.
Bouncing, actually... Hold on. Okay, Quirion Ranger, untap Deathrite Shaman, bounce a Forest. Wirewood Symbiote, untap Deathrite Shaman, bounce Quirion Ranger. Deathrite Shaman, exile the land.
For black.
For black. Deathrite Shaman, exile your Punishing Fire.
Okay, you go down to 2, then we just have to untap
And win. It's over.
Win.
It's over when I untap here, so... Unless he has Punishing Fire in hand for a Deathrite Shaman. And which that doesn't actually function because I can... no, I'm sorry, I can't Wirewood Symbiote right now.
I can't Wirewood Symbiote again. But on the other hand, he's down to 2 life. He can only pay Chasm Glacier's thing once. He's loaming for nothing.
Yep.
We just removed Thespian Stage so he couldn't loam for it.
Yep.
Which is what he was trying to do with Dark Adepts. So
Okay.
now we just kill him now.
Exile land. Give me a black mana. Please leave. Okay. Whew.
Hooray!
Alright, so sideboarding, I have 2 cards I want in.
What do you want in?
Surgical extraction very badly.
Surgical extraction.
Actually,
What do we want out?
give me scoos too.
Like some visionaries.
I want visionaries in the deck, but not too many of them. 2, and let's take progenitors out.
Let's just win quickly.
No, they don't have to do anything about Tabernacle. Wasteland is in the format. You just blow it up. It's very simple.
We just happen to not have a wasteland on our board.
Yeah, Wasteland. Like it's very funny. There are very simple counters in Legacy to very busted things. We're just playing a combo deck, and the combo decks sacrifice those abilities in order to function as a combo deck.
In order to be able to
more consistency.
Yeah, the way that
you're disappearing, bud.
Yeah.
You've not said a word, and
don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. I won't worry about it. I just can't. I can't hear you. So.
Yeah, my connection's doing
there you
something
go.
goofy.
You're back, sort of.
You were like wavering in and out, so I'm just not going to worry about it. What's our opponent gambling for? I love to gamble.
Loam. You gamble for loam.
That's like the card to gamble for, yeah.
So I want the Deathrite Shaman down quick. Mark's Diamond. It's fine. Discarding Bayou. And passing.
This looks exciting. We can go Glimpse.
Oh shit.
Upstage.
That's bad. Okay, I think I'm extracting the loam.
That's probably fine, yeah. We don't want them to...
Ooh.
Or you could just scoose it.
Yeah. So, Wirewood Symbiote. Cradle. Tap for 2. Give me a green. Excuse it.
Okay. Now we have mana. We just need to get a little more.
So, okay, Wasteland, so goodbye, guys.
Yep.
Cradle, that's fine. I kind of had to do that to get this whole play to function, so I don't feel too bad about it.
It was a dark ritual that cost our opponent a card.
Attack for 4? Like...
Attack for 4.
Yeah. Thinking about leaving that Death right back. Nah.
Anything it would really do, Scoos can also do.
Yeah, that's
Except for the shock.
Right. So one of the downsides of lands is that your deck is all lands.
Your deck is all... So you're basically doing one thing a turn.
Mm-hmm. Want more basics. Okay.
Okay. I mean, if we ever do draw a creature, it'll be great.
There's also the chance we might not need one, like...
If our opponent just doesn't do anything.
Oh boy.
I see a 2020 happening in our future.
Future's now, bud.
Yeah, we are dead.
No, there's nothing on that.
Yeah, we got jack shit.
Yeah, yeah, okay. 2020 in our future.
So even lands has like a they could
Yeah.
potentially do that on like turn 2.
Also, they just have the mana for it.
Yeah, they can just do it.
Yeah, I don't have any interaction for that. So here's the 2020. It's a dark.
I wonder what's going to happen when Merit Lage oh.
Think I'm taking 20 damage.
I believe we are hosed.
Yeah.
Hooray!
All right. Also, we're not gonna get a third match.
We got a buy or something. Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a bit sad. I just wanted to show off more of the format, and
yeah, I'm a little sad we kind of got a less interactive deck than we could have. That's kind of a lot of the fun of Legacy is just how Force of Will. Like you fuck with each other all the time because you have turn 2, turn 3 decks, so you have to be able to be like "Arr."
Days, Force of Will, etc., all that jazz. Like you have to be able to do that.
Like even lands, which isn't like a card a turn deck most of the time, is still highly interactive because the card you're doing per turn is like Tabernacle or nonsense.
Yeah.
But then you have things like Storm and yeah. But Elves is a venerable deck. Elves has been around for a while.
Right. I mean, our answer. See, it's funny because our answer to Merit Lage is get Elder Scale Worm into play.
Yeah, because then we just have another mix. What happens is when Elder Scale Worm is in play, we just dance around doing nothing until we can get Craterhoof Behemoth into play and attack around Merit Lage.
It's beautiful. So yeah, that's Legacy. This one actually gave a bit of a poor impression because we missed two of the main. Like we missed some of the mains. We showed off 3 combo decks and not any of the actual.
We didn't show Miracles.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, we didn't show. Well, not that, but like I think of the standbys of the format as like Miracles and Delver, and like then there's like other sorts of like combo decks that like, Sneak and Show. Sorry,
Sneak and Show is another deck. Then you have things like Pyromancer, where that's another deck that sees a lot of play.
Well, Sneak and Show gets an advantage because it's a combo deck that gets to include Force of Will.
Yes, any blue combo deck is a one. Oh man, we have a bye. You've automatically won.
So that means I get what, like 20 points back? Yeah, I get 20 play points back. Woo.
What Dragonstorm was? Dragonstorm was a card, like an 8-mana storm spell that says search your library for a dragon and put it to play. And you used to get 4 Begarden Hellkites with it, which deal 5 damage when they come into play. So you'd storm count 4 and then dome your opponent for 20. If for some reason you couldn't, then you would get things like Hunted Dragon or whatever, and have another hasty 5
or you just grab 3 of them. Like if your storm count was just 3, I mean 15 damage to your opponent and 3 5/5s is pretty good too, I suppose.
Yeah, and then you also have things like Char to finish the job.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's constructed formats I don't play. Like, I haven't played Legacy legitimately in years and years, and I don't think I ever actually played Legacy legitimately. That's a lot more Ryan's turf. That's... wow, I'm sorry.
Yeah, where you at, Ryan?
Fuck. On that note, I think that's all for tonight. So.
That's all for tonight. Look for even worse formats of Magic in the coming future. You like where every creature's a combat trick?
Yes, all of them, every spell. So, good night, everybody. I said the sentence, and then